Okay, here we go. Let's lock it up, please. Roll sound, please.
That's it. Play back, man.
Oh, we're zoomed in. Oh, hey guys, welcome back. Willow, what's behind you? Oh, just my folded laundry. I'm about to go down and get my second load of laundry, but Willow, what are we doing today? Well, I'm gonna fix my hair and do my makeup. I already put on eyeliner because I was starting to do it, and then I was like, oh, I don't have enough time to do it before my laundry is done, so I need to go get my load of laundry, but I have a few things to do. I wrote them down. My good friend, aka boyfriend, has his sports team formal on Saturday, so I kind of want to alter one of my dresses, so we might be doing that. Sorry, I'm just saying hi to Jeff, but that's the update for now. I will BRB. I have to go get my laundry. Okay, hey guys. So I haven't completed doing my hair, and I feel like it's been 1,000 years since I recorded, but I checked. It actually hasn't been that long at all. It's just that the sun sets at 4 p.m. So I feel like the day is over when it's not. But in regards to the dresses, my hair doesn't look good because I started Okay, basically I picked my dress. It's the dress I wore for graduation, but whenever I was taking grad pictures, we took some with champagne, and I got champagne dumped on my dress, and it actually stained my dress. So I had gotten it dry cleaned, but I just actually scrubbed it out using like Dawn soap. So go me. But here's the dress. Ooh, isn't it so pretty? Not sure about shoes. I think probably most likely because it's winter time and I want to wear a closed-toed shoe, I might do these because the dress is like a champagne pink color. And in terms of jacket, I might wear my fur coat, honestly, because that's just like kind of what's appropriate for the occasion. I don't know. Hey guys, so I did my nails. I actually locked in for, obviously, as you do, like 2 hours. I was absolutely locked in. I just finished. These are probably some of the best I've done. One hand is a little bit shorter than the other, but still eyebrows. What have I been up to today? Good morning. This is my official hair reveal. I'm actually doing my makeup right now, hence why I have a headband in. But okay, yesterday I got the MAC Studio Fix Concealer. Guys, this stuff is insane and amazing. I love MAC. What were my updates from yesterday? Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go rewatch my footage from yesterday. Sorry, just had my coffee, so I'm getting indigestion. I'm gonna go rewatch my clips from yesterday so I don't end up repeating myself, but BRB. You're joking. I just started my period. I am interrupting this just to say I have really, really bad periods. Like, I will throw up, like, pass out from cramps. Like, it's terrible. This is the worst period I think I've had in as long as I can remember. Genuinely, guys, it was so bad. I'm still on my period, but I'm reaching latter days. Genuinely, it was terrible. I didn't sleep at all the night before the formal. Like, literally not one wink of sleep. Okay. Okay. Should I die? Should I die? Why is that so upsetting? Because that means that day 2 is going to be tomorrow. Oh. Which means I need to get Tylenol and Midol today. Because I was talking to my good friend about this. I don't really have, I feel like, a lot of recent photos of me by myself that I enjoy. I actually don't have any. That's like, I just don't have any. And so I want to take pictures for that, but also I just want to look good. Recently I've been feeling so incredibly insecure. So I do want to look good. And also I haven't posted on Instagram in a while, and I want to do that. So follow me on Instagram. But, oh, if you recall, I just realized one of the straps, I believe, is missing. If you recall, I think I talked about these shoes that I got off of Depop that I put a new little, like, heel on. Well, they had broken again, like, a while ago, and I want to try and, like, fix them today because I do kind of want to wear them tomorrow. Also, I got a cool toned eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to try and use that tomorrow because I've always done more warm tones, but I feel like, I don't know. Okay, this is low-key another instance of me being a psychic. Yesterday, I did all my laundry, as we recall, and now all of my stuff is clean from my period.
I know you're investigating.
So, because I'm psychic, once again. Okay, hey, I want to talk about Taylor Swift really quickly because I have such complex feelings about her, and I'm currently getting into it with Swifties in the comments because I saw an old video of her from like whenever she used to just post on the internet from her photo booth, RIP, and someone commented, she's literally the same, but now she's just mega famous. And I responded and was like, this is objectively untrue. Whatever. Cited my sources. And the person responded back and I said how she didn't speak out about Donald Trump using her songs multiple times. And she was like, LMAO, this is Sabrina Carpenter, get your facts straight. I first responded, it really pissed me off, okay? So I first responded with like a logical response where I was like, both of these things are true. The difference is Sabrina Carpenter immediately spoke out and Taylor Swift has not. And then I was like, LMAO, you look like an absolute bozo. I would advise you to do some research before coming at me so snarkily because now you look like an absolute idiot. With a screenshot from like the pull quote from the article. And then I saw another one of her comments. I'm gonna look at it because low-key, I think I'm about to get YouTube Premium. Should I do it? Yeah, you're so right, I should. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'll do it. Ooh. Why am I low-key like a carpenter with that? Is that straight? Wait, what did I come in here to do? Guys, I said I was coming here to do something. I brought my laptop. YouTube Premium.
Hey guys, hi Jeff, a little bit of context, sorry I just woke up and I'm editing. I grew up a Taylor Swift fan, I loved her. I probably stopped really being a fan in 2023. And these critiques are very just my honest, unfiltered opinion. These are my opinions. These are formed by my experiences and also the opinions of the people I surround myself with. I'm not saying that everybody needs to have this opinion or think about her this deeply. That's not necessary. I just have, and I'm choosing to share it. If you haven't and you disagree, that's fine. I understand the appeal of her music. I get it. So I'm not here to say that anyone who holds a different opinion is incorrect. I'm here to say and talk about oftentimes Swifties' responses to differing opinions and my take on that, if that makes sense.
Then she responded to someone else, and said, won the presidential election of 2024, and y'all forget she's a singer, not a political activist. Not everyone needs to be so vocal about their politics all the time. First off, yes, they do. That's always been the expectation in Hollywood, and I absolutely hate people who say that. You're the dumbest person ever. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be mean for a second. You're the dumbest person ever. That is not true. That's not true and has never been true. Art is inherently political. Okay, bozos? I responded to that and said, because the thing is, I'm not going to use facts that Swifties are not aware of. People forget that I was a lifelong fan. So I understand pieces of media that they've seen of hers, such as her, I know both sides of the spectrum very well. I'm very well researched as to what Swifties think because I lurk in the Swiftie Reddits and I like to genuinely try and understand their line of thinking and how they truly become so entrenched in her that they're not able to separate her, they're not able to separate the fact that she, because she is white, can face be a victim of misogyny, but also reap the benefits of misogyny. That's what places white women in such a distinctly powerful role in the feminist movement, is that they're able to stand on the line and say, okay, I can either fall in line or I can stand with my sisters. I will always choose to stand with my sisters, okay? Never, ever, ever, ever get it twisted. I really don't enjoy Blake Lively from the beginning. I had a trap TikTok account for a period to comment on things about Meghan Markle and Blake Lively, because the moment that Justin Baldoni hired Johnny Depp's crisis PR team, I said, I know what you are. First off, because I'm not going to get into all of my issues with Colleen Hoover right now. I need to not do that. But when all that stuff happened with Blake Lively, that was a difficult point for me because part of me wanted to feed into the criticism of her as an actress and a celebrity, and the way she treats other female celebrities became inherently tied to whether or not she was guilty. She couldn't be a bad co-star and woman and be innocent, if that makes sense. And that was really my problem, is that which most people don't, as someone who I choose to be very, very aware and really try and reflect on my previous, I'm just I think because of just the things I've gone through in my life, I very much try and deconstruct things and recall memories a lot. And one of the big ones is the fact that I used to argue with my dad about things, and like politics, and like I would low-key be lying. Like I would be saying that the article I read, that was a TikTok I watched, that I didn't do any secondary research. And I had to learn to like be ironclad in my arguments. Like I'm not going to say something in an argument that I don't know I can prove. Like even if it's an opinion that I don't have a factual, like the factual basis in which my opinion stems from is fact, okay? So I read a lot of the stuff from that case, and that was a moment for me where I had like a moment where I was like, a woman I can dislike, like I really have to learn what the language is whenever you talk about like a woman that you maybe don't view as like someone who's loyal to women, but you still view like is still innocent. Anyways, back to, oh yes, misogyny. And that's something that, in that case, people defaulted to misogyny. And like they defaulted to the, because she seems to be a bad co-star, she was rude to that interviewer, she must be guilty. And Justin Baldoni must be right. I hate everything about everything right now. And I say that in connection to Taylor Swift because as someone who was very, very defensive of her, because as someone who grew up with her music in the early, like I was alive and at the age where that her music was being targeted to as it was being released, okay? So I am a primary source. I don't think people understand that. As a person who was there, I'm a primary source. There is a level of understanding that my primary source was skewed because I like my opinions of her in middle school versus high school were very different because I reflected on the misogyny that was present in my opinions from middle school. Whatever. But what was I saying? I was talking about my opinions. Oh. So I have definitely like ridden the wave of like Taylor Swift opinions, in which my opinion has been like especially back then, like my opinion wasn't loud. Like I would have it in conversation, but it wasn't like I was voicing that opinion all the time because I didn't need to voice that opinion all the time. But I would say that my opinion has definitely like ebbed and flowed. Okay, so I've dealt with that before and dealt with like kind of having to look back and be like, oh, okay, that's why I felt that way then because of XYZ and how I was thinking. Whatever. It pisses me off, and I was talking to my friend about this. What makes me so angry is that she, for so long, stood with her white sisters, if we're being honest, which a lot of white artists do. Like, she stood with her white sisters in feminism, and I would say that's the difference between my opinion in high school versus my opinion now, is, like, the amount of, like, education and understanding and, like, the way in which how I view life has completely changed, and, like, how everything truly does go back to, like, slavery and colonization, and how much race and the way America as a culture has formed race is directly impacts like the suffering of Black Americans and like Black people in America today. And I would say, like, because that is something that if you're a white person you have to do, like you have to constantly be doing that, you have to, it's like a bone, like you have to constantly like, or a muscle, you have to like exercise that muscle. If you're constantly doing that, you will understand why my anger with Taylor Swift is what it is. Because it's not true feminism if you refuse to stand with women of color. That's the easy way out. Because you can almost, I can't get it. I need to go back to what I was saying before. That was the major difference between my opinion in high school versus now. And that's where so much of my frustration comes from. I will say the big turning point for me was whenever she was dating Maddie Healy, and the way in which, because I loved the song Karma featuring Ice Spice, but the way in which she propped up Ice Spice really irked me and bothered me. And the more and more she's in the public, the more and more I feel like that is like validated in a way. But what was I saying? Oh, she, like, kind of the way I think about it with feminism is like, especially as a white woman, and that's like what the lens I'm talking about, duh. Despite the fact that I put on self-tanner and forgot to put it on one hand. I feel like as a white woman, you stand in like, okay, like,